My name is Dave Noftsger. I'm with Memorial Services of Iowa here in Ankeny and Ankeny Memorial Gardens. One of the things I want to talk about today is our end of life planning. We make plans throughout our life for little things like grocery lists, vacation plans, errands we're going to run over the weekend. Those are all things we do. We also make plans for things like we buy a home and we put insurance on the home. Fire, theft. We buy cars, we put insurance on it. Statistically, our home will never burn down, we'll never be robbed, we'll never wreck our car, but yet we continue to buy insurance for those things. So we're planning for things to happen even though it may not, and most likely won't, thankfully. One of the things we need to plan for is our end of life decisions, because inevitably we are all going to have our last day on this earth. And so it helps those people left behind to have some plans in place. We've talked about what we want. We can even take it so far as, and we encourage people to pre-plan. Set up their arrangements. Talk about, do we want to have a funeral? Do we want to have cremation? What sort of arrangements would I have in terms of services? Those kinds of things are important to leave behind. We never know when our last day is. We want to make sure that the family that we leave behind isn't left guessing and wondering what would he have wanted. And so it's a simple plan. People often feel like, oh, by making those plans, somehow subtly I'm planning the end of my life. Well, we're not. We're not planning to end anything. We're just planning in the event this should happen, which it will eventually, here's what we want. You can lock in costs ahead of time, set everything in place. Prices never change. It's as simple as maybe 10 or 15 minutes to sit down and really put things to paper so that we leave behind something in place for your survivors. Day in and day out, we talk to people that say, we've been meaning to do this and we never got around to it. You can stop in anytime or give us a call, set up a time. I'm coming in at 3 o'clock today. We'll sit down, spend a few minutes talking about the options. 5 minutes after we get everything finished up, they are so relieved and realize it really wasn't that bad. It was quite simple. It's nowhere near as bad as going to the dentist and finding out you have no cavities. It's easier than that. Usually we find at a time of passing, the survivors are so happy to know that this is what Dad wanted, we're going to go ahead with that. And they usually don't make changes. Memorial Services of Iowa offers a payment plan. Of course, you can pay it all at once. And just so you know, when you do prepay for the funeral, the money goes into a trust account. Trust account is held and monitored by the state of Iowa. So you don't have to worry about the business or the company. Your money is safe and secure in a state-regulated trust fund. So yeah, if you wanted to make a time to come out and see us, we have a number of staff members that can help anyone through all of that. We're located on the north side of Ankeny on Ankeny Boulevard, 4208 North Ankeny Boulevard. And there's no cost to talk. There's no cost to set things up until you want to actually pre-plan it, and then it locks in the cost, which I think is important to know that 10 years from now, 20 years from now, even though prices go up, we saw what inflation did the last year, your prices are fixed now and forever until the services are needed. So it's a good time to get it taken care of sooner than later and freeze the cost.